Hey y'all, it's CJ here, the Okie Dad. Getting ready to go camping tonight, do a little fishing. So before I get everything packed up though, I want to give you a view of what I take with me. That way you can see what I take and maybe that'll help you pack your bag next time. All right guys, so I've got it all unpacked here. It's my first camp trip of the season, so I had to unpack everything out of the totes. I did go ahead and pick up a new sleeping bag this year, so we can give that one a shot on this one as well. And also, for breakfast tomorrow, I'm gonna go ahead and try this dehydrated meal here. All right guys, well, I'm gonna check back in once I get everything packed up. Alright guys, well we made it. It's definitely a little flooded out here. They moved my campsite to a higher one because the lake was higher than we anticipated. It's a quiet little spot. I'm hoping I can catch some fish here. I've got not great access to open water, but there should be some catfish up in these flooded areas feeding. So I'll go ahead and give you a view of what it looks like now. So that right there is campsite number 9. That's the one that I originally booked. And as you can tell, it's underwater. So they moved me up here to campsite number 8. So I'm going to camp right over here. I'm going to put my tent right up here, probably in that area right there. I see there's not that many limbs over my head there, so it should be pretty good. And then I'll do some fishing right out there. So let me get everything set back up and I'll check back in with you guys. Alright guys, well, it's all set up now. Got my fire ring put back together. I'll have a nice little campfire tonight. Got my tent all set up. I'm not gonna put the rain fly over it. It's not supposed to rain. It's supposed to be a beautiful night. A little cloudy out, so it should be a great day. I'm gonna go ahead and go back up the way I came in a little bit. Grab some firewood because everything is just soaked down here. I did pull out some chunks that were floated up that were actually split firewood. I imagine they're soaked plumb through, but I pulled them out. We'll throw them on the edge of the fire tonight, let them dry out so we can get them to burn. So we'll check back in here in a bit once I'm cutting some firewood. All right guys, so got the wood gathered up. I went ahead and went down the road here a little bit. There's some wood on the side there I just picked up and brought it back here. I did use my Gerber collapsible saw though. I do take this with me when I go camping. When I go backpack camping or primitive camping, it does nice that it folds up completely flat. Small compact design, takes up less space. So that is good. I went ahead and got the wood all stacked up here, and then I got a couple poles out in the water as well. It's a slow start so far, but that's okay. It's really flooded here, so we're hoping that the catfish are up in the shallows feeding. It'll probably get better tonight as the sun starts to go down, so we shall see. That one's a little too hard to break with my foot. Let's go ahead and get the handsaw out. There we go. Just get in there like that. Lock it down. Collapsible bow saw. All right, guys. Well, got the firewood processed. Got a little sweaty, but that's the joys of camping, right? I did use my bow saw to cut the bigger pieces down because I grabbed some bigger pieces. I left one piece pretty big. I'm gonna burn it in half. I like doing that at night because it lets the fire burn longer. So I did organize it based on size. That's what I like to do. I like to make sure that I have what size I need when it's time to feed the fire. If it burns down, you need smaller stuff. If it's going real strong, you put the big stuff on. So I'll go ahead and show you my piles now, just so you kind of get an idea of what it is. All right, so as you can see there is the bigger piece. I went ahead and left it a big piece. We do have little stuff over here, and it just gradually gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's the quartered logs over there. A lot of those came out of the water, so we're gonna let them sit in the sun a little longer. Those might take a while longer to catch on, but they should burn pretty good when they catch on. All right, and just an update on the fishing. No bites, sadly. I've talked to a couple kayakers. They were out sand bass and crappie fishing, didn't catch anything. I talked to a gentleman who was catfishing. He caught about 3, but he caught them on shad. He was using a throwing net to throw it out and catch shad. So unless I can catch some perch, it's gonna be a tough fishing for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw a bobber back out with a little worm on it so I can catch some perch. So I'll check back in a bit. Guys, let's see if we can get a fire going. Got my flint still with me. I did bring a lighter. You never know what it's gonna be like out here. Let's see. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot with the lighter now. I'll need more practice with this. So since this wood was floating in the water when I got here, what I did is I stacked up around the edges so it'll dry out, and as it dries it'll catch flame. It's a very long process to dry wood out like this, so a real hot fire in the middle will slowly dry it all out and it'll keep burning. So I'm going to use this to let these burn down just a little bit more, and then I'll get some coals off to the side and start cooking dinner. Alright guys, dinner is cooking. We got Cajun style sausage and potatoes. I got some onions, some celery, some andouille sausage in here. Just letting this saute down. Then I'll add my diced potatoes, my rice with some water and some Cajun seasoning. We'll let it cook. It's gonna be a yummy dinner tonight. Alright guys, it's all done. Come out pretty good. Got a little char on the bottom here cooking straight over the fire, but that's how it goes. This is my cup here, so I'm gonna eat tonight. Just a good, hearty dinner right here. I'm so excited for this one. Alright guys, well, as you can see, the sun's going down. Had a couple really good bites. I thought I had something, so I'm gonna hang around a couple more hours. Fire's up there just burning away. I go up every so often, throw some more wood on it. It's only 8:30, so probably another hour or two out here tonight, and then back at it first thing in the morning. So I will see you guys right before I call it a night. Alright guys, well, it is, let's see here, 9:30 at night. I ended up getting no more bites after the sun went down. It's alright, it was a good night fishing. So I'm gonna go ahead and crawl in my tent here, listen to a little audiobook, watch the fire go down. And I'll see you guys first thing in the morning. Good morning, guys. It was a good night. It's about 45 degrees this morning. I regret not putting the rain fly on a little bit, as it did do pretty heavy last night, or this morning, I guess I should say. But this 30-degree bag kept me nice and toasty. It's plenty big enough for me, which is nice. I didn't struggle with it at all last night. My pad did slip a little bit, my sleeping pad, so I do have to figure that out a little bit. But yeah, all in all, it's a great night. So let's get this fire going and have some breakfast. Guys, breakfast is served. I put a little too much water in there, but that's all right. It still looks pretty good. Let's see. There you go. Let's give it a shot here. This one's not bad. Pretty good little breakfast this morning. All right, so I'm gonna eat my breakfast, take my tent down, pack up my Jeep. We're gonna go for a hike today before we head home, so I'll check back in when it's time for the hike. Alrighty, guys, well, I drove around the park for probably about 20 minutes looking at all the trails. Most of the trails are closed right now due to all the flooding. A lot of them have the caution tape across the trailhead. You can't get down it. Even the paved trail, which runs down one side of the park, it's flooded in some parts. Like, I was driving down it today looking, and so we're gonna go ahead and try this trail over here. It's called Deer Run Trail. It says it's 1.3 miles, so we're gonna go ahead and go down as far as we can and come back to the Jeep. So I'm figuring about maybe 2.5 miles of hiking today, as long as it's not flooded out somewhere. If it's not terrible, I'll try to get through it, but if it's bad, I'll just turn and come back. So I will update you guys as we go along. Well, guys, I tell you what, there's something beautiful about hiking in the pines. Just the smell, it just refreshes you. This is about an hour from my house, so I don't get this every day, but when I'm out here, boy, I sure love it. I sure love how big they are. The needles on the ground all around you. It's something quite beautiful. It's just a wonderful experience out here being in nature. The sounds, the smells, the sights. I enjoy it. I enjoy taking part of it. This trail is a lot more developed than I'm used to. This is very wide, very beat down trail. I like the smaller ones. I like the ones that are more in the trees, in the nature of it, but that's okay. We're just giving it a shot out here. I've been on some of the other trails out here, so I was hoping I got to do them today, but with the flooding, it just closed. So I'm happy to go on this one, though. I'm happy to get some time with nature. So one upside to this trail being really developed is that in areas like this where it's really shady, you really get to see the moss growing. If this was just a leafy trail, you wouldn't really get to see the moss, and it's really nice to see how the moss will just cover the ground. To be in big clumps like that. Well, folks, we hit the end of this trail. I was worried this was going to happen. It got pretty sloshy on the few spots on the way here. I did have to trek through a little bit of mud and water, but I got up to a caution tape line here. It looks like it's just pretty swampy ahead of me. I don't know how long that swampy end is for, so we're just going to turn back. We've done right at a mile right now, so we're just going to turn back around and head back to the car. But it's been a good little hike, so I'll go ahead and give you a view of what I get to see right now. So you can see the caution tape is there. You can kind of see up there probably that it's got a little water flowing. It's real swampy up there. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start heading back to the Jeep now. I will check back in with you guys here in a bit. All right, guys. Like I was saying, it was pretty swampy on the way up. This is a prime example of what I had to go through. So the fact that they have this part open and the other part closed really makes me think it must be more than just swampy that way. That it must be a lot of deep standing water, because this isn't shallow. There's a whole lot of deer tracks in here too. It's kind of interesting to see them. See how far down they sink when they run through here. Alrighty, y'all. Well, that's gonna wrap up my weekend. We did a one-night camp out. We did some fishing, some hiking, and some cooking on the fire. It was a great weekend. So if you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button down below. Make sure you hit subscribe, that way we can see all of our upcoming videos. I hope you have a wonderful day.